What happens when people stop believing you? Best moral story, Wali Tales. The shepherd who lost his name. Long ago, beyond a range of quiet mountains, there was a peaceful village called Elora. The people of Elora were not rich, but they were united. They trusted one another completely, and that trust was the foundation of their happiness. Among them lived a young shepherd named Kian. He was clever, energetic, and quick with words. Everyone admired his confidence, and because of his charm, people rarely questioned what he said. But Kian had one weakness. He loved taking shortcuts. Whenever he made a mistake, he hid the truth. If he lost a sheep, he blamed wild animals. If he forgot to deliver a message, he claimed someone had never given it to him. If he broke a tool, he insisted it was already damaged. Every lie seemed harmless. Every excuse saved him from embarrassment. And every dishonest word quietly stole a little piece of the trust people had in him. Years passed. Slowly, people stopped relying on Kian. The village blacksmith refused to lend him tools. The shopkeeper asked him to pay in advance. Children whispered, "Don't believe everything Kian says." These words hurt him, but instead of changing, he became even more defensive. One autumn evening, dark clouds gathered over the mountains. Kian noticed smoke rising from the forest. At first, he thought it was a campfire, but within minutes, the smoke grew thicker. A wildfire had begun. He ran into the village shouting, "Fire! Everyone must leave now." The villagers looked up. Some continued working. Others simply shook their heads. Last month, he warned us about a storm that never came. He always exaggerates. "We'll wait," Kian begged them. "This time it's real." No one listened. As the wind grew stronger, flames reached the outer farms. Only then did the villagers realize he had spoken the truth. Together, they fought the fire through the night. Many homes were saved, but several barns were destroyed before anyone reacted. The next morning, the village elder called everyone together. He did not blame the villagers. Instead, he turned to Kian. "When truth sounds like lies," the elder said gently, "people no longer know when to listen." Those words struck Kian harder than the fire itself. That evening, he climbed the hill where he had watched sheep since childhood. For the first time, he admitted the truth to himself. "I didn't lose their trust yesterday. I lost it every day I chose convenience over honesty." From that day forward, Kian made a promise, not to others, but to himself. He would never lie again. The change was difficult. Sometimes telling the truth embarrassed him. Sometimes it cost him money. Sometimes he had to apologize, but he accepted every consequence without complaint. When he accidentally damaged a farmer's fence, he repaired it before sunrise. When he misplaced a merchant's package, he confessed immediately and worked for weeks to repay the loss. When he forgot an important meeting, he admitted his mistake instead of making excuses. Months turned into years. People noticed, not because Kian spoke about becoming honest, but because he quietly lived it. One winter, the village was struck by a terrible snowstorm. Food supplies became trapped across the frozen river. Crossing the ice was dangerous. Many were afraid. Kian stepped forward. "I'll go." No speeches, no promises, only action. He crossed the frozen river through heavy winds, pulled the supply cart back to the village, and saved dozens of families from hunger. For the first time in many years, the villagers looked at him with respect instead of doubt. An old woman smiled. "I believe him again." Those simple words meant more to Kian than gold. Years later, the village elder retired. Everyone expected someone older to become the next leader. Instead, the entire village chose Kian. A traveler asked, "Why would you trust a man who once lied so often?" The elder smiled, "Because no one understands the value of truth better than someone who once lost it." As leader, Kian taught every child one lesson. Your reputation is built one choice at a time. A lie may protect you for a moment, but honesty protects your future. The children remembered those words throughout their lives, and the village of Elora became known across the land, not for its wealth or its beauty, but for being a place where trust was treated as life's greatest treasure. Moral of the story: when people stop believing you, the greatest loss is not your reputation. It is the opportunities, relationships, and support that disappear with it. Trust cannot be demanded or rebuilt overnight. It is earned through honesty, responsibility, humility, and consistent actions. Speak the truth, keep your promises, and let your character become stronger than your words. In the end, people believe what you do far more than what you say.